100 Tales by Osamu Tezuka, published by Ablaze Manga. This came out in later 2023. Ablaze Manga came out about a year ago and said they were going to publish 4 works from Tezuka that were previously not translated in English. This is the first one. I believe 2 more are scheduled for 2024 and a final one in 2025. So this collects the story 100 Tales that was serialized over 4 months. I think it was a monthly installment, 4 months in early 1971. And anytime there's Osamu Tezuka work that hasn't been translated in English before and is published, I'm always excited because unless you read a book like the Osamu Tezuka story or you read Japanese, you don't really get a grasp for how prolific he was and how much he did for manga and for animation. If you're just limited to the English translated works, because it's just a small, I think, drop of what was really published in Japan. And so looking forward to the upcoming books. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I would say, even though this, I believe, was published in a shonen manga, that this is somewhere between like the kid-friendly Astro Boy. It wasn't, he didn't have the elements of Gekiga yet, but there's some more maybe mature elements, but it's still a good read. The book starts off where basically you have this gentleman. He's a Ronin, which is a masterless samurai. His master was caught in a plot to overthrow, to commit a coup, and he's been ordered to commit ritual suicide because his master was found guilty, although he had no involvement in this coup. And he's struggling with killing himself. And at first he's drawn goofy, and he prays to this demon and says, if there's anything, I'll do anything to not have to kill myself because I don't want to die, and I don't have the courage. So there's some weekly manga shonen kind of silliness here and there. And then all of a sudden this demon appears and grants him his wish. And he gets 3 wishes, but the 3 wishes aren't genie style, like you wish for this, this, and this, and you get it. She kind of like does subtle changes, but then puts him in positions where to achieve what he wants, he has to actually like work for it. So what this book does has a lot of these beautiful pausing elements, these 1-page spreads. This is something that Noah Van Sciver did in his Joseph Smith book, where they would just do these 1-page spreads to pause things. And you're used to seeing Tezuka do work like this kind of like style that he does, and all of a sudden you see him do this and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot he could actually bust this out when he wanted to. And the first thing that she does to make changes in his life is that she changes his appearance. So all of a sudden he becomes like a handsome guy. And the story is really the journey of the protagonist as far as developing as a human being, and also the changes in the demon. She's a female, and how their relationship changes over time, and how by the end of the book he's at a good place, like spiritually. And like I said, some of this gorgeous art here, just really lovely stuff. So like all manga, this reads very quickly. There is some little jokes in here where like Tezuka will like insert himself for a couple of panels, and it's really himself taking shots at himself. This is done traditional manga style, right to left. And I forget that even though this is supposed to be for younger readers, how there is quite a bit of violence in some scenes. There's guys getting gutted, guys getting stabbed, implied nudity, just pretty interesting. I love this. That is great. So, I'm not going to spoil the ending, just showing out some of the pages of the art. But if you like Tezuka, you should definitely read this. Just a great book. He just does so many things well. You could probably, if you're an artist, you can probably like pick up a lot of things from what he does so well. The preface and the forward provide a little bit of insight. It's not thorough like one of those Ryan Holberg essays that are like a book unto themselves, great with a lot of great information. But it's useful enough for you to kind of understand a few things. But again, $12.99, you can't beat this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more from this publisher, and hopefully Ablaze either translates more, or another publisher will look at this and say, hey, we could find some stories of his that haven't been translated and translate them in English for American audiences. Anyway, that's it. I recommend this. I like this a lot, but I'm a big Tezuka fan, so that it goes without saying. Thanks.